What's up, guys? It's been a while since we've been on here. We are getting things situated, so just bear with us one moment. Be right back. Welcome back. It's another episode of the Rollin with My Sistas. It looks like I might be the only sister today. Don't know what happened to Cece, Camp Couture. She was here, and I think she's having some technical difficulties. So, I guess I'll just go ahead and talk a little bit about what with My Sistas is. It's a group of RVer ladies, Black RVers, because we are very marginalized in this industry, and we're also, a lot of people in our culture, the Black community, don't understand RVing or we're just trying to give another glimpse into the RV life from our eyes, and as it's not very well known to people in our culture and our communities. And so we have three sisters. I'm Amber. We have Cece from Camp Couture, and we have Alexis with the Wells Family for Life. And you can follow all of our socials right here. And each of us bring something different to the RV life. Me and my husband are empty nesters couple. We have kids, but they're all adults. We have there's our sister. Uh, can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, can hear you now.
I don't know what happened. I was just
There she
looking at it,
is.
and then your face went away. I was like, "What's going on?"
It's okay. I was just kind of going through, kind of just talking a little bit about Rolling with My Sisters and like the idea premises behind it. So I was just talking about us, and then I'll go ahead and talk about Alexis, and then if you want to introduce yourself, a little bit about your life. Alexis is the family. They're the newer RVers to the group as far as their RV life. We've been doing it for 2 years. They're new. And Cece, if you want to go ahead and talk about you a little bit.
Yeah, so I'm Camp Couture or Cece. I am a solo RVer. I've been doing this almost 2 years now. This is my second camper, so I'm excited
Yeah.
about that. So I had Esther at first that I started in 2020, end of 2023, beginning of 2024. And then recently sold her, and now I'm in Deborah, which she is not finished, but she's furnished. So we'll go with that. Yeah. So where are we going into why we chose it, or what's the vibes for
Yeah,
today?
let's go ahead and talk about why for you was RV life something that you wanted to do.
Yeah. So camping is like my peace. Like I used to like have a long work day. Um, throughout the week, and then knowing that I was going to go camping that weekend was kind of like saving grace. I also do a lot of outdoor activities like today.
Yeah.
And just being outside is just kind of, I wanted to create a romanticized life around how it makes me feel. So getting to go to
Hmm.
work every day and have my regular life of doing the regular things outside of outdoors, but then coming to a place that's a peace for me was something that I'm just like, why can't I have both? Why do I have to wait until the weekend to do it, or wait until it's in season to go camping? Why can't I have that every day and continue to live my life? So I have a very
Okay.
much what do you say, like, no one told me I couldn't do it, so I'm gonna do it kind of mentality. So
Right.
I'm like, well, why not? And I have no regrets so far. So
That's good. So you want to talk about a little bit what you did today?
sure. I, I was around,
Yeah.
I did race, which was so yeah, I was first water sports, not so it's likely. Um, but I saw them last year at this camp, and so I bought that day, and then it became available in January. And so I wasn't so the trail not around the entire thing. That's for the second. So have fun. It's hot. So it was really exciting.
Okay, she's having technical difficulties. I apologize about that, but she was trying to explain about how she went paddleboarding on a paddleboard race, stand-up paddleboard race at that. So it's so exciting. I can't wait for her to really be able to talk about it. Um, but yeah, so she is really outdoorsy, and she does a little bit more outdoors life than I do. But that was her reason for really doing RV life. And for us, we did RV life. I'm not sure if a lot of you know, I started off as a truck driver, did truck driving for almost 6 years, and I fell in love with just being able to travel, the freedom of being over the road. Of course, RV life is nothing like trucking, except for you do live small. You do have to be aware of weather. You do have to deal with traffic if on travel days and stuff like that. Um, but we just wanted to do something different. Like the standard quo pro, I guess you want to say, is to live in an RV. And I mean, excuse me, live in a house, not an RV. And so the American dream, that's what that's built off of. But as we're getting older, we're starting to realize like people are working multiple jobs, hardly spending any time at home for this house they're paying hundreds of thousands of dollars for. And it's like, I would rather live my life a little bit more free. And then on top of that, like I said, we're empty nesters. All of our kids, my youngest is 19, my oldest is 22. So we have 4 kids between the two of us. And let's get her back in here. And so we wanted to do something a little bit different.
I have no what's going on.
It's okay. It won't let you look. TikTok won't let you be great. Now this won't let you be great.
They said they don't want
uh
her on live. Get her off live.
no. But so we figured we wanted to do something different. We do have a house that we do rent out, and we figured that we didn't want to just be, what's it called? What's the word I'm looking for? We didn't want to be stationary for a long, like right now. We're not ready for that in our lives. Like we want to explore and stuff. So we didn't want to wait until we're in our 60s and 70s to do it, because when we get in our 60s and 70s, we want to be those hands-on grandparents. So we really want to be able to travel, and just it gives us a sense of freedom and peace and just adventure that is different from the norm. So, and hopefully Alexis will be able to join us today. If not, we will definitely have to revisit this question, because I want to know her why, as far as her reason for RV life.
Yeah.
So number 2, how do you get adjusted? That's a good question, because you're going from
Hmm.
an apartment or a house, townhome, condo, something larger than an RV, and you're having to minimalize everything into something a lot smaller. And I would like to say for me, it was a little bit easy, because I've learned to not hold on to stuff. I've learned to like get rid of stuff. So it wasn't that hard. It took time to downsize, at least from our house. It took us, we started the process at like a year before we made the decision to go full time. When I say we started the process, we had already been toying with the idea of going full time. So we knew that we needed to do like get rid of stuff, furniture, figure out what we're gonna do storage wise. Like, are we gonna sell stuff? We're gonna give stuff away. What are we gonna do? We like kept enough stuff so that way if this something happens and we have to either go back into a house or our own house, um, then we have some things to you know, start with from, excuse me. So how did you get adjusted?
So I think when I started, I heard a lot about what I needed to get rid of, and again, I have a mentality of I'm gonna do what I want. So I
There you go.
think that was the harsh reality of it. Um, I didn't. So I got a storage unit, obviously, because you can't fit everything. With my situation of still having a 9 to 5, not downsize. Plus, I travel a lot for work and things like that. I couldn't realistically downsize my wardrobe. I did get rid of a lot of stuff, like a lot of clothes. I'm a big I'm not a sneaker girl, but
Oh
I'm a
goodness.
heels girl to the max. I
Okay.
have so many heels, it's ridiculous. Downsize as much for clothes, besides like the couple bags that I
Yeah.
donated. Easy to get rid of. Like it's just me and Merlot. He has his bed. The ones he actually played with. I kept.
Yeah.
And then like dishware. Like I just kind of like. I was like, I only need two of these. Two of my storage unit. Honestly, I rarely go there, and when I do, it's to put things in it.
Uh,
It's not even like to get something out. So, well, when I moved to this one, I'd like go to my storage unit to get one of my couches so I could put in here. And then I bought this chair. But other than that, so it was easier for me. And then like I just put my clothes in there, like stuff like that. But then when you live in Virginia, like tomorrow could be winter.
yeah.
You never know.
Exactly.
So adjusting wasn't as
Um,
hard. It was just kind of figuring out what you need and what you don't.
we have a comment on TikTok. If you're watching on TikTok, Professor X said, "But did you though?
Did I what?
I guess did you really downsize? I don't know. I don't know when he sent the message, but it was just funny.
He's saying that because we had to move all of my stuff out of the other camper into the newer one. And I was like, if it fit in there, it's gonna fit in here.
There you go.
Like I
Exactly.
said, 9 to 5, it was very hard to downsize my clothes with having a 9 to 5 where I actually have to be present.
Yes.
And then I traveled to North Carolina for work as well. So then having clothes to go there. And then, as you see, my family is very active. We do stuff all the time. So it's like having stuff for that. I couldn't just have 5 pair of leggings and work out that way. Uh, but
Right.
I did get rid of a lot when I first started. And then if it fit in here, it fit in here. So as long as it fit and I was able to drive comfortably,
Yeah.
I did not.
Well, look, I will say this: downsizing and actually learning to live small is not easy because you got to remember like weight capacity. You got to remember small space, so you can't buy like the biggest things. Like my husband wants this ice cream ninja thing, and I'm like, we have the counter space, but like, do we really need it? Like, do we need it though? Because I'm like, we can put
Right.
that towards like we want e-bikes, but right now it's just not feasible. So we're probably going to get some electric scooters and all that stuff. But there's like certain things that like we have to figure out. Okay, is it like something we really need, or is it a want? Can it wait? Like right now, we're at camping, so we get ice cream pretty much all the time at the park
Mhm.
store. So no need to buy a ice cream maker when we can get ice cream at the store, and they have like, and it's like the hand dipped ice cream. It's the kind you scoop out and all that stuff. So um,
Oh.
it's not like a store bought kind or anything like that. So it's like really good. But I will say the other thing is too is getting used to dealing with weather because we
Mhm.
dealt with that today. We had, we're in Upper Michigan. We dealt with hail. Last summer we dealt with extreme winds. So you have
Mhm.
to kind of you will get some um PTSD from that. Every time the RV was rocking, I was like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
you know. You
Mhm.
also have to be kind of a fix it yourself kind of person.
Yes.
I mean, they do have RV checks and stuff in RV shops you can do, but certain things you might not have the time, money, or be in a place where you can get someone to fix it for you or be able to take it and to be fixed. So
Yep.
that's part of getting adjusted is kind of being more of a person that can adapt to issues that arise and be a problem solver and not freak out and not
Mhm.
panic and all that stuff because RVs are a special kind of vehicle. Um, they aren't
Right.
built like a Tonka truck. They're not
Right.
built like Tonka trucks, like even the toy trucks. Like you could throw those things downstairs and they don't break. Um, but they're not cheap to fix either. So they're like they're not made very durable for the most part, but they're also expensive on the back end. So
Mhm.
so just preparing yourself mentally, knowing you're going to be around your kids, significant other, anybody that that's going to be in your RV life. Also too, um at least for me and what I've noticed, you're not going a lot of people are not going to come visit. They're not. there, if they do come visit, I can't speak for you because I know it's a little bit different for you, CC, but I know for like for me, we did have guests and we did have people over when we were in Texas. But I would say most times, like for us, we travel around the country. So unless we travel to a specific area, like we were in Texas, where we know people,
Yeah.
most times you're going to be just by yourself and stuff like that. So, but the RV community is amazing. I will say that I love
Mm-hmm.
the RV community.
Yeah.
Haven't had any really negative issues with anybody. So, getting adjusted to that. I mean, it's just another way of living. People always ask, "Oh, how do you live in an RV?" Well, how do you live in a house?
Literally.
Like, it has every, it
Literally.
has everything you need. I just have
You
wheels,
got
you know.
room never even sit in.
Right. That's exactly what my husband was saying because, with me being an over the road truck driver and him going on the road for, me going on the road for a certain amount of time, sometimes he wasn't able to travel with me, especially before he retired from the Air Force. He was in this house. I mean, we have what, four bedroom house, 2.5 baths. He's like, I'm only in one room most of the time. So I'm like, exactly. If you can,
Yep.
why do you need
Yep.
that big space of a house? We don't. Our kids are not living there. They're grown. They're gone. So like, you know, um, we have a question from TikTok. Do you travel with the generator? I do. I travel with the generator, but I travel with a solar generator because we knew when we started this life, we did not want to do the loud regular generators that you see everywhere. We wanted to do something that was a little bit more stealthy. So, because we also want to do a lot of harvest hosts and boondocking and stuff like that. And a lot of places you either have to turn off the generator or they're just not completely allowed at night. So our solar generator, we have capability to charge it with a solar panel, and it has a 30 amp plug on it. So we did have a 30 amp RV, but now we have a 50 amp RV. So we just have a little adapter to plug it on there, and we can pretty much run anything except for our ACs. But we're going to fix that soon. But it does give us capability to travel without having to worry about plugging up because we have the generator. So, do you have one?
No, I was gonna say you had to send me that. I don't have one, and I definitely need to get one.
Yeah, it's definitely good to get. Yes, we can. I got questions on TikTok. So, yes, you can run the AC on the solar generator. But we have to get, there's a little, piece that we have to get installed. And that's for most generators. You do have to get, it's called a soft start. And so it basically just lowers I think, I don't know the correct terms. So excuse me if I'm using the words incorrectly, but it lowers the amperage needed to start the AC or watts. I don't know. Electric really freaks me out, so I don't really get into all that, but it is possible. So I will definitely send it to you. It's not a very cheap investment. It definitely is a costly investment, but
I
it's
bet.
definitely worth it to me because you don't have to deal. For me, what took me out with the regular generator is oil changes and maintenance on it. Like I don't want to. I already got to deal with maintenance on our tow vehicle, and I don't, and I have to deal with maintenance on here. I don't want to have to deal with maintenance on something else. So that was it
Yeah,
for it. So
think about that.
yeah, a lot of people don't, and that's the thing. I kind of I watched a lot of YouTube before we started the RV life, and I was like, "Ooh, what kind of generator should we get? What kind of generator should we get?" And a lot of people were like, "Oh, get an inverter generator. It's quieter. It's quieter, yes, but it still makes noise. You know what I mean? So I need something that makes absolutely no noise, and I can still run everything in here just plugged in. So, and we also
So, question:
go ahead.
when you're work camping, people having generators, is that a thing, or is people like are people more understanding
Um,
for it, or
we don't like honestly. Unless there's a power outage, most people don't have generators here because you have full hookups.
Mhm.
Um, there is tent camping on this part of the park. I mean, there's over 700 spaces at this park. So it's really hard to say if they do because I work in the store. So I don't know for sure if that is a thing. Um, and thank you for correcting me. So starting amperage is correct. um, so I don't know, but that's a good question. That really is a good question. But that's another thing too, that also the weight of a generator is something else that has to be factored in to getting adjusted, because our generator weighs 52 pounds, whereas a inverter generator 75 pounds. So I mean, we saved a little bit. It's a lithium battery,
Wow.
and I mean, yeah, it's still heavy, but ours has wheels. It has, a handle and all that stuff. But it fits nicely in the back of our truck where we don't have to really worry about it too much. Um, I can carry it safely inside the cab of our truck. I don't have to put it in the bed of the truck. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
it gives us more room that way. So that's just one thing as far as getting adjusted. I don't know. I don't know.
Nice.
I'm trying to remember. I think this is a good question. Would be a good question for Alexis, since she's still so new. Is like, how do you get adjusted, especially with kids? She has little kids,
Yeah.
and like that, I can't. I'm not saying I can't imagine. I just like I can't answer that, because for me it's I had my daughter's 21. She was staying with us, and she was in this room that we're in right now, and every time she moved we felt it. It's not like it was she wasn't doing anything. It's just getting used
Mhm.
to the RV moving when you're sitting still but somebody else is moving around. You know what I mean? My husband, I feel it
Merlot.
sometimes too. Yeah, he's a whole nother person. He's a whole nother
He
person.
shook Esther a lot.
Does he shake this one?
Not really. Like I don't. I can feel a little bit, but not nearly as much as it was in
That's
my
good.
last
That's
one.
good. So yeah, and just making sure for another. This is like the how to get adjusted. It's almost like it could be a question with a whole bunch of sub questions underneath of it, because there's not only getting mentally getting ready and getting adjusted like physically and like breaking down all your things and moving in. It's also when it comes to financially, because you need to have money to
Yes.
be able to do these things. Prime example, we had two blowouts on our way from Texas to Michigan. We ended up just replacing all four tires at that point,
Yeah.
because it was like we're already paying for two. We might as well just go ahead and get two more.
Okay.
That way, hopefully, we won't have any more issues.
Mhm.
Luckily, it didn't do any major damage, but it could have. And then in that case, full time insurance. A lot of people are like, oh, we don't need full time RV insurance. Yes, you do. I worked in an RV repair shop. That's a non negotiable.
Yes.
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 Is it something happens?
When you
Yes, because like if something was to happen, like insurance is all the just in case. You don't want to need it, but you want to have it if you do need it. You know what I mean? So so that's financial. Like that's one of the financial things you have to add into your budget. But it's no different than homeowners insurance or renters insurance or car insurance, life insurance,
Mhm.
pet insurance. If you're gonna insure
Yep.
your pet, insure your RV. You're living in this, you know what I mean? So, what else what's another aspect? Just your day to day, taking showers. You might not be able to take a long hot shower all the time.
Yeah.
Cooking. Also too, you got to remember you got tanks that are holding your water outside of your fresh water, outside of your like if you're hooked to city water, then you have unlimited source of water. But if you're off your tanks, if you're
Right.
using your fresh water, you only have that whatever fresh water you have in your reserve, and then you have your black tank and your gray tank that get filled up easily. Now, I personally have not run into, oh, I'm taking a shower and there's water just building up in the shower because it's overflowed, but I've heard horror stories.
That has happened to me. Completely ruined
Oh no.
my shower. It has definitely happened to me. I'm not even gonna.
Oh no, that's
I will. I will. I volunteer to strip you on that.
go ahead. Now you gotta have a story time.
Hey,
There's our
hey.
other
Every
sister.
my brand is romanticizing the camping experience, and I couldn't romanticize that one, so I'm not even gonna lie about it. Alexis.
Hey
Yay,
y'all.
Alexis.
Hey, are we on right now?
Yes,
Yeah.
you are mid broadcast, ma'am.
Oh my god. Okay, give me a second. I'm coming. I'm coming.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna take you. I'm gonna put you behind backstage for now. When you're ready, show your face. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, um, but yeah. So, go ahead. You have to tell the story now.
No, so I always see like videos of women who are like, yeah, like their spouse or their friend or whatever will usually take care of those things and then let your gray drip a little bit, hush, whatever. Um, and there was just a night where I forgot already taking a late shower. Like I got Merlot together. I'm preparing for my work day the next day. Like I'm doing all the things, and it was like 11. I never went to drip my gray tank, knowing the night before I probably took a long shower or what have you. And I go to take a shower, and I do the same like routine. I don't have to do it in this one as much because the water stays hotter longer. It
Yeah.
did not. So I had a routine of like I would like rinse my rag or whatever. I put my soap on, turn the water off. So I turn the water off, I
Yeah.
bathe, and then when I'm ready to rinse off, I can take how long I need because it's still hot.
Mm-hmm.
I go to take how long I need, and I'm rinsing off, and I'm just filling the hot water, and I'm like down there, and it's just slowly just rising, and I'm like, it's not because at first it's like okay, maybe it's so I do tend to use a lot of soap. I like the lather. If I don't see the lather, then it ain't.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Down there, there's water coming up. That means my gray tank is full, and I did not drip it. And it's like in the middle of the night, like in that we can get on the whole safety thing another time. But in the middle of the night, I'm not leaving. Once I lock this camper, that's walking in the dark around my camper to check anything. If I hear a bump in the night, it's gonna have to wait till the morning. Like I'm not.
There you go.
I'm not getting out of this camper.
I hear that.
So I'm just like, that was just a moment where I was like, okay, like I need to be mindful, especially like when I'm staying at a camper that's or a site that doesn't have full hookups. I need to just be mindful of how much water I'm using, and it's not all about how long I can take a hot shower. It's about how much water you're using to fill up your tank.
Yes.
And that night I was just lazy, honestly. I took a late shower and I was not going outside to drip it.
Well, see, but that's how we learn lessons. Now you're a little bit more like, okay, I know I want to shower tonight. It's daytime. Before I go in and lock everything up, let me check my sensors. Let me go ahead and empty my gray.
Yeah, that's what I like about this
that's
paper,
all a
because
part.
I actually have a sensor now. I didn't have one in Esther, so now I can see like when it's gonna be full.
Oh, okay. So that is good. That is good.
Yeah.
So that's another part of getting adjusted and learning how to do different things when it comes to RV life. Like I said, it's an adjustment as far as the way you live. Cooking is another way to get adjusted because you can't cook. I mean, I do. I don't care. Bacon, fried chicken, fried fish, anything you want to fry. Okay, she's back. All right. There she
I was
is.
so about to say why the screen looked like it was black and white.
It's because I have
Hey, y'all,
to let
what are we screaming on?
We are talking about, let me get it back up here, how you get adjusted to RV life. We're just kind of just doing some blanket questions, just kind of talking about, which is good. I'm glad you joined in because I literally was speaking you up. I was like, I wish Alexis was on here because I want to know. First question. Let's backtrack a little bit. So,
Okay, what happened?
No, so you're fine. First question is, why did you guys choose RV life?
That's the question. I want to say.
Wait, pause. Before you think about that question, that answer to that. Introduce yourself. Oh, we lost her again. She's been having connection issues, so she'll come in and out. But introduce yourself again, like
Okay.
who you who you are and all that stuff, because we kind of did that a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm Alexis. The part of the group that I am the mother of 4, wife, doing RV life as a family. How else can I describe us? We just trying to see the States, y'all. We trying to live some life. That's what we are.
There you go. I like that. Okay, so now I told you to pause for that. Now you can answer your question. Gave you a little bit because I know
we started with. Okay, so basically our breakdown is we started taking trips with our first travel trailer, and we saw people actually living in their trailers and telling us about shut up, telling us about how they full time do it and this and that. And my husband got really into it, and I told him no. I said that's not for me. That's not gonna be my lifestyle. Couple years later, we just started doing a whole lot of research, and we was like, well, I'm the one brought it back up. What, baby? No, it's not. I put it on the charger. As y'all can see, I'm the mom. Um, I was like, I think I want to do RV life. I want to try it out. It just looks so much more free for the parents, free for the kids. We like free on our education wise. We're gonna homeschool starting this year, so that's a new journey that we get to start. Um, and when I say free, I mean like having the opportunities of not having to live
Hey, you have kids. This is a part of real RV life right here, people. You can do it with kids, okay?
not
Okay.
having to really struggle living paycheck to paycheck no more with the expenses of your rent, having your utilities, stuff like that. Because my bad, y'all.
No, you're fine.
um, Girl, what was I? I'm gonna say freedom, y'all, just to break it down all in one.
There you go.
Freedom and being able to travel was our main thing, and now we get to travel and work, so that's even a plus.
That is good. That is really, really good. So, we're getting you caught up with the questions before we go on. So I'm kind of glad that we didn't go on to question 3. How do you
Mhm.
get adjusted?
How did we get adjusted?
Like, how do you get to adjust it to RV life, especially with that's the one question I couldn't answer is how do you get adjusted with children because you're in a smaller space. There's a lot more. I know y'all are a lot closer in proximity. Like, how do y'all deal with that?
So I'm gonna be honest. Sir, you want to turn your tablet down a little bit? To be honest with y'all, we already a close family. Like literally, like we was up in a 4-bedroom house once upon a time, and everybody really slept in one room. The kids didn't. Well, we only had one kid at the time, but he never even slept up in his room, and his room was like full of everything he needed.
Yeah.
And even being in the RV now, the boys been slept in my bed the last couple nights. So I'm like, I don't even know what was the point of getting this extra room. But getting adjusted to the space wise was a little
Hmm.
tricky, especially like with me cooking. Me and my husband are big on cooking. So getting up, we can't cook together. I'll be honest with you. And we used to love cooking together. So it's like somebody have one day, the next person have this day, or either we cook outside together. So that part was a big adjustment. And then adjusting to downsizing my wardrobe right now and my purses because I'm big on purses. I always have a bag. I got a bag to go with damn near every outfit I have. So I had to leave some of those behind.
Oh,
So I say the adjusting for us wasn't as hard. Getting rid of stuff was probably the hardest thing for us. Um, like letting go, I will say, of stuff that really didn't even matter because now that we here, we don't miss none of that stuff.
exactly. It's about the memories.
Exactly. And baby, the memories are memories.
Yeah, exactly. For sure. So, okay. Um Now for you as for you as a mom that's, of young kids, how do the kids get adjusted? How are they adjusting to it? Because I know as far as I know they're probably having a ball meeting new kids and just kind of being able to experience new experiences and traveling from place to place and just being in new places for a longer period of time. Like, how
Mhm.
would you say for the kids, how is it for them getting adjusted to it?
Hmm. You know what'd be better for who to answer that question? Come here, Jay. Y'all, this is my oldest. His name is Jay Sean.
That is your twin.
How did you adjust to RV life? Like, was it hard on like, let's say like your space, like going from like your room to something a little smaller? Like, how was it for you?
The first few days was hard, but once I started getting used to it, it was just my life. It was fine.
Oh, I love how he is so very well spoken. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you,
Okay.
baby.
Okay. What's your favorite part of RV life, if you don't mind me asking you, young sir?
It has to be everything you get to see.
Okay.
Because when you're in a house, you don't get to really see all that.
All from the mouth of a babes.
Hmm.
Okay.
See?
Okay. Okay. There you go. You better preach. Look, you need to look. He needs his
Love
own little
that.
channel to tell his kid, tell other
We
kids.
literally working on it. He want his own YouTube channel. He keep telling me that.
There you go. He can do his own RV life channel. I will definitely watch that. Okay, so
Right.
um
Yeah.
let's see, what's one more thing? What is the one thing when you guys go to a campground? What is one thing that you look forward to when you get to a campground?
Yes, of kids, so I can have friends.
So you have lots of friends, huh? That's good. That's really good. That's really good. So you've been meeting a lot of friends and playing at the parks and stuff, doing
Yeah.
activities. That's good.
Well,
Yes.
it's
You do
been
your
busy.
activities every Saturday. He just came from crafts. They did what y'all did today?
Wind charms.
They made a wind farm.
Nice. See,
I'm gonna
that's
do
amazing.
wind charms again next week.
You doing them next week too?
And what activities y'all got this week?
Okay.
Water slide.
Oh yeah. What's your activities? You got pool activities today, and what else?
Well, we always do pool activities, bingo,
Mm-hmm.
and
Today y'all got
Water
slip and
slide.
we
slides.
also got sip inside.
I'm
And
ready. He has more of an active life than I do.
trust me, even without
Right.
all those activities, my life was still very active.
It was.
I hear that.
I
Okay.
stay busy.
Okay. Well, that's
Thank
good.
you,
That's
baby.
good. He is definitely your child. He talks just like you too.
We talk bad,
Yes.
y'all. We talk bad.
He explains things so well. He's just like, I like that though. That's
Y'all, he
see.
he can talk.
Mhm.
I'll tell you that.
Well, I appreciate that. I love the fact that you included him on that because hearing it from a child versus a parent speaking for their children is always good because that was right on the spot. He didn't even know he was going to
Exactly.
say that.
And
So
judgeful, you can get real. People can really try to judge you. Oh, why you doing that with your kids? My kids enjoy it. If they didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't do it.
exactly, exactly. So that's great. So, and also one thing too, Alexis, one thing that I want to talk to people about, you as a black woman, especially since we are rolling with my sisters,
Mhm.
doing hair in the RV. You had a video where you showed you doing what now?
Okay, so I got a little pixie cut, y'all. So I had to get my girl together. I had to texturize her, and baby, when I tell y'all, I was all over the place in that little bit of restroom trying to look in the mirror and stuff. I had about 2 mirrors set up, my ring light, my phone. It was a challenge, but I got it done. So I did that. I had to wash it, and I don't have a really big sink in the restroom, so I use the shower, which most people use their shower. But growing up, we used to use our kitchen sink. So,
Yeah. Mhm.
um, but it really worked out. And now, like I said, it's really not such a big difference of me doing my hair in the house or apartment than it is doing it in an RV. The
Right.
space might be tighter, but it gets done.
Yeah. Yeah. That is true. That is true. And see, that's one thing that people need to understand. Like, you still can. We're having some wind, so I'm
Good
trying to
afternoon.
make sure that
Yeah, come
my
closer there. I don't know if they can hear you.
is he talking? You talking to me?
Yeah, he was telling y'all
I
good
said good
afternoon.
afternoon,
Oh, good
Queen.
afternoon. You can show your face. I know it's just rolling with my sisters, but hey,
Yeah.
you a part of the family.
Y'all, what did we stream on today?
We're on TikTok and YouTube.
I don't think I added nothing.
Oh goodness.
Nothing you do.
Did you want to go out and come back in and add
I'm
it
gonna
real
come
quick?
right back.
Okay. You okay over there, Cece?
I'm watching on the TikTok. Everything is running smoothly. My surface is not.
Okay. Okay, so excuse me. We're having some technical difficulties. That's another thing in RV life. You have to be flexible, fluid, and not panic and kind of just think on your feet. So I'm just in the group texting, kind of giving her some help. Um, we are all, in case y'all don't know, you can't tell, we're not in the same location. One, I believe, Alexis is in Tennessee. Uh, Cece is in Virginia, and I'm in Michigan. So we are kind of all spread out, trying to come together, doing this, rolling with my sisters. We want to make it a safe way for women to have a place to meet, to hang out, to um, enjoy meeting other RVers and everything. There we go.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with my Surface, but my phone is working fine, so we'll just
There we
stay
go.
on this.
Yes, definitely. Um, so I was just explaining to everyone, just kind of talking about how you have to be a little bit flexible, a little bit more fluid in RV life when things kind of come up. You just got to be quick to change. So
Yeah, I
no
definitely
biggie,
need to
no
do
biggie at
better
all.
with my Wi-Fi. Having a 9 to 5 and being in an office or being or traveling majority of my time, I kind of just like go with the flow when it comes to Wi-Fi. So I'm not happy with getting what I need, like as far as Starlink and people. I see that question. I'm like, honestly, I'm in and out. I'm in and out. I go where my job is, so I don't too much
Yeah.
worry about it. But I do need to get something.
And I mean, and yeah, it's not hold on, it's not the end of the world. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you run, that's just showing a real part of RV life. Sorry, I keep turning around. um the wind is picking up here, and I'm trying to make sure we don't lose our tent that's sitting out front. So
Ooh.
oh, she can't pair her channels because she's live. We're already live. Oh, okay.
Um,
Okay. um but so let's get back on topic. So we were talking about internet. Yes. So yeah, you got to be flexible in the internet options, and we did break down and just get Starlink after we've had multiple other options. Starlink was not our first.
mhm.
We went through four different other options, and this has been the most stable.
Okay.
Yes, more costly, but I will definitely say it's definitely worth it. And if you on my YouTube if you're watching on YouTube or TikTok, if you go to the Veteran Nomads bio, Starlink, if you sign up for Starlink, you use my code, you get your first month free. It's $165 in savings, so can't beat that. Um, but yeah,
I
it's
might try
definitely been
that. It's just the my work schedule and then having it sitting in that space unattended.
no one, honestly, we always leave ours unattended. No one's gonna mess with it. You really and then you can get the mini. You don't even need the large one because you
Mhm.
probably not like you probably don't stream TV like that and all that. So you just need the 50 gig a month one.
Yeah.
Um and it's like a smaller version. So you can
Okay.
actually put it up when you don't want to use it, and then when you're ready to take it out, you just put it out. It has a little bit, like, I think the router is like built into it. So
Yeah. I just need
oh,
something
she's
for like
still
if I
on.
work from home, my iPad, my phone. I watch TV occasionally, but honestly, I'm on my iPad mostly.
Yeah. And so she got the time confused because it was she's in Central still. I forgot. I thought she was in
Oh,
Eastern.
I thought we were all on EST.
I
Okay.
thought we were too. But it's okay.
I thought we
um
got closer to each other.
I know, but we are closer, but so
Yeah.
far
A
apart.
lot closer than y'all were.
Well, actually, me and her were actually closer because we were
Yeah.
literally like a couple hours away from each other, and I don't know why I
Yes.
never just
Come to the East Coast.
right. No, you come to the Midwest. Come to the Midwest.
I'm definitely gonna make it out there. Definitely.
Hey,
I'm sad.
you what? No, don't be sad. What you can do is what I've done before is put your. Are you using your phone or your laptop?
Laptop.
Use your phone and go on your TikTok from your actual page,
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
then you can kind of just tell people what you're doing, and then you can kind of like show your phone. Or if you could set your phone up on a way to where there's a dual screen to where you can have your phone like sitting at an angle, so where
Hmm.
it's still showing your face but it's also showing what you're looking at too. It's called
Okay.
a dual camera
Sounds
if you want to do
nice.
that. So
Hey
huh.
y'all, did we change time zones? What time y'all got?
We're in Eastern. I forgot you're still in Central. I'm
That's why
sorry.
when I came on, I was like, wait a minute, it ain't 1 o'clock.
No,
And I
I'm so
just saw
sorry.
your message. I don't know why that didn't come through.
It's
Okay,
okay.
It's
what we
funny.
talking about,
Alexis, you
y'all?
reminded me of that sound I keep hearing, where it was like, I'm a black girl. I'm gonna switch it up, and like the hair change every time.
Yes.
I'll put this hat on.
You came back with
Yes.
that. I was like, black girl. We gonna say hair gonna be different in 5 minutes.
I'm
Yes, it
probably
will.
I
I
didn't
go
came
change.
back from I didn't came back from lunch at work with a different hair.
Not from
You know, they probably thought you went home and had some extracurricular activities. It was like, oh, I gotta change it up again.
she gotta change her
That
hair.
I mean, either I came in with twists that morning, and then I took them out in the afternoon, and now my hair is all crazy.
So we were just talking about different internet options, but so just to get back to kind of the flow of the questions. So what would y'all say the answer to this question is?
What is a standard budget?
I know you put your budget up. I did my budget. Miss CC,
I
did
do
you
need
put?
to do one.
Yes, please do one, because I would love to know for someone that is 9 to 5, doing this, like what your budget looks like. And
I'm gonna do one.
you don't have to go like too in depth, like just
Yeah.
the stuff that's RV related. You know what I mean?
Okay.
If because nobody else cares about anything else. Everybody wants to know like
Yeah.
what their range is.
Yeah, and I switch so often. Like my last site, I was just at for 2 weeks. I'll be at this one for like I don't know, a week or so, and then traveling to see family. And then when I come back, I think I'll do a longer stay in one place. I just have to stay like near work. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
mine are different to where I'm not doing long term stays anywhere because one, I get bored, and two, I hate having to move my camper to the next site because someone has booked that one, or you got to move every 21 days. So I kind of just like move around as long as like I try not to go. So in Virginia, especially where I'm at, everywhere you go, you have to cross a bridge or a tunnel. So,
oh
so I try to stay within the 45-minute area.
yeah,
And
Mhm.
I just like hop between there. So the next one I do, I'll try to book a longer stay and then map out my whole budget for those weeks or whatever. I'll do that
yeah.
next.
There
I
really
don't
isn't a standard
know.
budget
I'm just
though.
about to say the same thing. It's not because it's
It
different every
varies.
other month, especially if you have a travel month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it could be real expensive or it could be real cheap.
Mm.
Exactly. And I feel like to me it can be it's really how you live. I've met people that can make this lifestyle work for $1,000 a month. And that's a lot of boondocking and all that stuff. Just literally living on land for free. And, no connections, no hookups and stuff. But to me that feels like a lot more work for saving
Yeah.
money. Because you got to empty your tanks and you got to have all the
Mhm.
equipment to do that. You got to refill your fresh water tanks. You got to
I
have
was just
all the
Yeah.
stuff for that. Hey Tracy, thank you for the like.
the park that we at right now. They got a side that only does, I want to say, water hookups.
Mm-hmm.
Because a
Mm.
lot of people are waiting for spots.
That's how
Like,
Yeah.
this one is.
so they mainly using like the shower house to do their showers, and
Mm-hmm.
they can still use their restrooms, but they prefer going there because the people got to come empty their tanks for them. And I was like, yeah, I don't really know how y'all
Oh,
do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
they empty
I
it
Yeah.
for
need
you?
I need all my
Yeah.
connection.
Yeah. They have honeypot services where they come and actually come empty out your like that actually was going to be an option for our last work camping job in Texas when we first got to Texas. Our site had flooded, so well the park itself had flooded, so they had to turn off the pump that pumps out the septic tank.
Hmm.
So they had to bring in people. They had to bring these big, huge tanks, but first, before they brought those in, they had to bring in people to actually just empty out our tanks
Yeah.
themselves, like into like this truck, and then the
Oh,
truck came and started emptying out the tanks. They do have those, and like here, this park we're at, they have a they actually have a waiting lot. Like if you check in time isn't until 2, but people like to come here early. I like to arrive at parks. I wish arriving in time was a little earlier, but so they have like a waiting area where you can wait up to like 8 hours, and it's just basically boondocking. Then they have but it's right next to the septic tank. It's right next to the dump station, I should say. But they also have some that are primitive, like where it's like you may be 100% in a spot, but it's 100% boondocking, but you may have electric, or you may have water and electric, but you may not have sewer. So
Yeah.
to me, like I dread those times because I hate having to find a dub station. Like I put a video on our TikTok and our YouTube and I think even our Instagram where we use a dump station for the very first time, like ever, like ever for the last 2 years. We never have used a dump station. We normally are able to dump at a campground because we'll like for instance, we travel from Texas to Michigan. That was a 6-day travel 6 day travel period, and we normally stop at a Harvest Host, and then like we'll do Harvest Host 2 nights in a row, and then the next night just to recharge our generator, or if our solar, if there's not enough sun, because lately since we got our solar generator, our solar panels haven't been able to keep up because there hasn't been enough sun, and we only have one panel. We need actually two, and it will do better. But we need to empty out our tanks, so we wait till we'll pay for like a park, a RV park, whether if it's we've even done like a Love's, but we do what's it called, Passport America, where you get like RV spots for like 50% off, and you can stay up to like 2 or 3 days. And we just use that to dump our tanks. Take nice long showers, and cook food, and then we're back on the road staying at Harvest Host. And that's basically what we did this time. We stayed at we stayed at one campground. We had one connection the entire time, and that was on our way up here. We stopped at a county park, and they had a dump station. We did not know that was my fault. Did not read that they didn't have uh, septic hookups, like black tank hookups, until we were already set up and everything. I was like, huh. Well, I guess luckily we're parked right next to the bathroom. So I was like, let's just not use the toilet too much. If we have to use it, let's just make a run for it, because I'm not connecting just to go. Because I mean, we had like, it was like the fourth light was fluttering. Like it was like it would come on and off.
Oh.
So we're like, it's pretty close to the top.
Yeah.
So we're going to just treat the water, and then we're just going to have to dump on the way out. And that's what we did. I would say we definitely need to have a dump station kit. Like, I mean, it's like because when you're like staying somewhere long term, you keep your stuff out, and then you put it up, and you're making it your way down the road. But when you got to use a dump station, you kind of got to be quick. Luckily, nobody was in line behind us, but he had to pull out all the other stuff. So it's like, from now on, if we know we're going to a dump station, we need to have a dump station kit that we can just keep in the back of the truck, because our hose is actually in our bumper. So that's good when we're traveling. So we can just keep the gloves and anything else that he needs. Because I have dumped before, but I didn't. He wanted to hook up at the dump station because he wanted that experience. But
Yeah.
How was it?
um, disgusting. Not because
The one I was just at had a dump station.
yeah, it's disgusting because it smells. It smells. And so it's like, I mean, it's nothing you can do about it. Of course, it's a dump station, so what do you expect it to be like? But it's just not my cup of tea. So, and then on top of that, just the visual of knowing everybody stops there is and somebody had left a mess because you're supposed to use the potable water. I hate when people say potable. I'm like, it's potable, but okay. Huh?
Potable.
I'll be the one to mess their word all the way up.
Yeah, when it's these potable and non-potable water, and it's so you use non-potable water to rinse off the ground and rinse off anything that you need to rinse off, rinse out your hose and all that stuff. So someone, I guess when they dumped, they left tissue paper on the ground right near the hole. I'm just like, you couldn't just take the little hose and just
slide it over a little bit.
Thank you. I'm like, gosh, like that's why it was disgusting, because I'm like, okay, so yeah. But yeah, so but anyway, but back to the standard budget. Like, there is no standard budget. It's really what your camping style. You have people that are glampers that like to do all the touristy things all the time. Then you have the people that pretty much like to do the free things, so it's not going to cost as much. And then also depends on how much you're eating out, how much traveling, how much driving you are doing, what kind of campsites you're staying at. Are you staying at a national park? Are you staying at a resort? Are you staying at a traditional campground? Are you staying in a touristy spot?
How much can y'all say that y'all budgets, like if y'all did have a set budget?
Oh, we try to. Our budget's $3,000 a month. That's our
3,000.
budget.
See, I
Yeah.
think that's something we got to talk about too. We haven't really said like what's going to be our standard budget because he's not no longer work camping. So we need to come up with like a work camping budget, and that's what we spend. And then like a if we not work camping for a couple months, we need a budget for that month because our budget for traveling went up about $2,000,
It was crazy. We was
$3,000.
less than $1,000 a month work camping,
Yeah,
and then, but like I said, we also
but it was
did.
a big move
It was our
too.
first big move.
Yeah.
We did vehicles. We put tires on both vehicles before we left. I did both oil changes. The car needed some repairs. That was about another $1,000 in repairs that I had to do. So
And then paying the
literally, we ended up
person.
almost being 5,000 for our first move.
Yeah. So
Wow.
no set budget yet.
With Rollin.
No, and that's the thing. You will figure out you will figure out like what where your median is, and like and then you'll go from there. Like for us, I understand 100%. When we didn't have a work camping gig from October until May, I had to work at Amazon because we had to pay for our spot. You know what I mean? So work camping definitely does help bring in money. I'll never be a work camper where I don't get income anymore. We did that with our first work camping job.
We'll
Yeah,
never
we
do that
learned that
again.
from you.
Yeah, we'll never do that again. But at the same
Yeah.
time, this time I just really wanted to enjoy RV life and our family together, and we already were working. So
Yes.
this time, it's like, yeah, we're just not gonna work camp. But they kept begging me, hey, we can use you here, we can use you. But this go around was just nope, not. I don't care about the free rent. I just want to not have to do anything because I was working full time
Give me
and
that
work
white
camping.
hat.
So it definitely made a really big
I don't
difference.
know, white and green. I'm like, maybe I should change my hat. And y'all just said, watch, I changed it too.
You're so silly. Okay, that see, and that's the thing that you really gotta, and that you really found out early on, like what works for you and what doesn't work for you. And that's the thing too with work camping. You got to figure out, like, we know, I mean, unless it's like a specific reason why we're working for, it's not necessarily working for free when you're working for your spot, but without compensation.
It's definitely overwork for the amount you're making. So it's like I tell people all the time, like when you work camping for no money, yes, it's still free rent, but when you think about them saying, okay, well, you valued at $10 an hour and they want, let's say, 43 hours every 2 weeks or whatever the case may be, when you really put the time on value, like your actual time, it's like, I'm really valuing myself at $10. It's not worth it. Like, I'm putting in so many hours and I'm not free.
Hey, you ain't gonna be scared to show your face.
I know.
Or they think I got a deep voice or something.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Everybody.
Pretty good. I'm here.
Look,
You'll hear me from the background.
Look, Amber, I got a video coming out.
He's your producer. He's the
Pretty
producer.
You hear about that? I got a video coming out. You've been seeing how everybody been doing like, hey, I'm Alexis, and then it switch over to the other person, and they say, Yo, we about to do that one because he do everything, yo.
Girl, I'm gonna need you to get in there. I'm gonna need you to get in there and start doing stuff too, because CC does it all.
Who else gonna do it? Merlot is no help.
Like if he not, especially if he's not here, I ain't got no choice.
So like I'll tell y'all, it was actually funny. We was only in the RV like 2 weeks, maybe a week and a half. We were in there about a week and a half, and that's when my grandmother got put on hospice. But I had to leave, and so we wasn't even like really settled. She was still unpacking, but I normally do everything, and so I'm going, and she's calling me from 5 hours away. Go ahead. From 5 hours away, like, how do I do this? Hold on, what do I do here? This light blinking, what do I do? And it was just like a totally different ball game. And then she ended up having to deal with propane one day when I was at work. And that was another thing, like, hold on, the propane stuff, I can't cook breakfast this morning. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what happened.
I was about to say, I don't see nobody.
No, I did that so that we could see him because he's off from the side. So
Get on up for her.
But yeah, so and that's the other thing too. Women need to be more comfortable, and that's one thing I wanted to really do with this group is make it comfortable for women to do these type of things. Now, there's things that I'm not saying I can't do. It's just my husband prefers to do. But I
roles that y'all play.
Yeah, like I'm scared to get on the roof of the RV, but I know if I want to be an RV repair tech, I got to do it.
Yeah.
How is that going? Oh, wait. Let's finish the questions because I want to know how that's going. You got to tell us how that's going.
Oh, we're gonna have to do another live then because I'm gonna have to go to work soon. Because look, we're gonna have to do this I think I could. Well, we're gonna have to talk about it in the tech in the
Yeah,
Lord,
chat,
I was just
Lord.
and
about
then
to
we'll
say
have to
'cause
definitely do it because I
we
actually
finally got our
I gotta
schedule. So
good. Okay, because I got like maybe another 5 or 10 minutes before I have to go, and then we'll have to definitely get more into that. But let's get back to the real quick question. So here's another. So here's a good question: Is RV cheap? RV life cheaper than normal life?
Yes.
Yes. And I
yes,
hate when people say it's not because
It's
to
also what
me,
you make of it.
yeah, it's truly what you make of it. It's truly how you live your life. But to me, I still feel like it's cheaper, based off of, like I said, once again, it's based off of how you live. But also too, you're not buying as much because you can't. Number one,
Mm-hmm.
number
Yeah.
two, um, you can't go like, oh, I want to go to Target and just. Oh, we're not saying that word. Excuse me. We're
Let's
I
not say
want to
that.
go.
People.
I
That
want to
word
go
not
to.
allowed here.
I know. I just remembered. Okay, we're not going to Best Buy and like, oh, I want to get the biggest TV, or I want to go to Ashley Furniture and get the biggest couch. Like you know,
yeah,
you got to get. You're not going to the clothing store. You're not. I don't know what clothing stores are out now, but like you're not going online and buying a whole bunch of clothes because you can't, because you just
yeah.
really can't. So
You
that
take.
part you're kind of saving a little bit, but then
I got a whole closet.
She have a whole place to herself, so she could use everywhere. She could put
I
clothes in
told
the
you I
front
work
room.
a 9 to 5. The clothes were non-negotiable.
but yeah, that's true. And then but the other side of it is that's when you start spending money making memories because you're going out and doing different things that you wouldn't normally do,
Yep.
which is why I like work camping because we're here until October where there's people that come here for a few days. So they're spending easily probably anywhere because we went over to the island and it's expensive, $1,000 in like a week for
Yeah,
people
you
like
could
to
just spread it out.
exactly. So we're like, because we want to go back to the island. We want to stay overnight on the island. We want to go. We want to. They have a show here called the Lumberjack Show. We want to go to that. We want to go to different forts and different. There's a lot of historical stuff around here. We want to like do all the touristy stuff, but we don't have to do it
You don't have
in
to rush
such.
it.
Exactly. We have
And
time. So
I see that a lot with RV life. Some people like they only go to a certain state and they there for like 3 days. I'm like, how did you even enjoy the state? You couldn't do nothing. It's okay to slow down for at least like a month or something and space your travels out because that's what we said. Like I like that our contract lasts for 3 months because we
mhm.
get to space everything out because everything that we really want to do is still 3 hours away, still in Tennessee, but it's in how you pronounce it,
Yeah.
Gatlinburg.
Gallenberg.
Gatlinburg.
That's where the mountains at. That's where a lot of the stuff at, and that's
You're
stuff
so
we want
close
to
to
do.
me. Well, 3 hours. Oh yeah.
Look,
But
and
you're
we were
close to
saying
So
me.
that
now, how
too.
far are you from here?
From Gatlinburg, we're closer to Gatlin. You said that's 3 hours from you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm closer to that side.
Okay.
Okay, I'm
So
gonna need y'all to do. I'm gonna need y'all to do a sister meetup because me and Alexis we did not meet up. We said we was gonna try to
exactly, and
meet
we
up.
supposed to,
Yes.
We never did.
and now
But
you like all the way
we
up
need
there.
we need to do a sisters meetup, and then like once we get a meetup there, we need to definitely like we need to really. I would love for us to like camp somewhere together.
I would
That
too.
would
I think that'd be so
Yes.
fun.
that would be
Are
fun.
y'all gonna
So we
try
need to
tent camping?
definitely plan that. Probably
Then me and your husband can have a cook off and do some cooking for y'all.
there you go. There you go. Tent camping. I'm sorry. I don't want to leave my RV for a tent.
So you know what's
I'm sorry.
crazy?
That's where
My little my
I started
nephew.
off tent camping. I still love tent camping. I will do tent camping again.
I
I
want to
love it.
try
So
it. I
here
want to
where
try
we
it.
at, we have
I've
like
done it.
we got like 15 sites that's temp
They're
camping
nice
sites,
too.
and they're really nice.
I
But
love
my
it.
nephew, he's really big, and he's like 4. He's been begging at 5. We want to go tent camping.
Mm-hmm.
So when they come down here, I'm leaving my RV, and me, him, and my boys are all going to stay
I'm gonna
down
come.
at
I
the
don't know if I'm gonna
hill.
spend
It's
the
the
night
They talking about they're
there.
not
best.
staying tonight. We're gonna stay tonight.
It's
Well,
the
that's
I hate
best.
cool.
bugs, y'all. I'm
So
not gonna lie.
we have a comment in the on TikTok from RV Awesome. She had the best barbecue ever in Gatlinburg.
What's the
Hey, she
spot?
ain't came from
What
Texas,
you got to name drop now. You can't just
You
tell
have
us.
to let me know
You
because I
have
will
to
go
name
there and do a
drop.
whole review for you.
we gotta do a review
Because
because we come from
we
Texas, from the best
we
barbecue
from
in the
wait,
world.
not even just Texas. We from
Not in
Port
the
Arthur,
world.
Texas. So
All right, I'm 5 hours from Gatlinburg.
5. That's still
Okay.
not that bad.
I might have to look.
We're
I could
like
try
3 hours from
I could try to
Gatlinburg.
fly down there and stay in a tent or something.
Hey, you gotta get ready. They got Southwest doing a $99,
On the flight.
$79 flights round
Oof.
trip.
Oh,
Sorry,
that's right.
I'm a Delta girl.
What you say?
She a Delta
I
girl.
applied for work though. I'm sorry.
Oh, so
Yeah.
your job, yeah.
Okay, it's called Myron Mixon. Myron Mixon. MYRONMIXON. So
Hold on, I ain't ready.
What part of Tennessee you going know?
We're in Lebanon.
Spell it again.
Lebanon. Okay.
MYRONMIXON. I've had to
But
pick up
no.
loads in Lebanon before. I've been out to Lebanon quite a bit when I was truck driving. I wish
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
kind of
we're
was
only like
sometimes. I'd be
we're
like,
only
"Oh,
like
I'm coming
30
to
minutes
Lebanon. I'm
from
come see you."
Nashville.
Huh?
We're only like 30 minutes from Nashville.
30. That
Yeah.
was close to
Oh
yesterday. We
yeah.
drove 30 minutes.
I'm 8 hours from Lebanon. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, he's a
But
champion. He's a champion barbecue guy, is what she said.
Champion barbecue.
Okay, so he's probably one of the
We have to
winners.
go
Look,
see. We
you
trying to
might
go
need
to
to you might need to inbox RV Awesome. She can
RV
maybe give
Awesome.
him.
I think I
Yes,
have them. I think I have them.
yeah. So it's a solo female RVer.
Well,
I
if you
know who
guys
that
come
is.
here, y'all definitely have to go to one of the Sounds games. We went yesterday, and it was a blast.
I saw.
It was a blast.
Yes,
They really make it
definitely.
family oriented. Like it's so much to do even before the games.
That's awesome.
It's epic. Like it's really really nice.
That's awesome. That's why I like base. It's a baseball game, right?
Yeah, baseball.
I love baseball. I hate watching it live, but I love all the little side games that they have.
Love baseball.
It was nice. It was
It's a
really nice.
nice minor league team they have. And it's really nice. It was really good.
Oh, that was minor league. It almost looked major league.
It
Yeah, that was
did,
minor.
yeah.
So they have minor league, and then he's big
Hey,
into soccer.
I'm
So
not
we're
trying
gonna
to
go
interrupt
soccer.
you. Can you
Okay.
get my charger till we get off before I
About to
die
turn
on
it off,
them
yeah.
like I did last time?
My phone is so hot right now. I need to figure something out. I'm out like closer to the water now, but the last site I was in the woods. I need to find something.
Uh-huh.
So,
Type
yeah,
of Wi-Fi, whatever.
yeah. Try T-Mobile. I've heard T-Mobile has good
That's what
options.
we got.
That's what we
They have a
use. It's
tower,
great.
right? Like a
Yeah,
T-Mobile tower. Okay.
Yeah, and we
35 bucks.
like when we was driving down here, we took it out of the RV and we hooked it up because he got the hookup in his truck, and we used it in the truck so we can have Wi-Fi.
Nice.
Yeah,
We
I
was
see
traveling.
So
something
RV
small
Awesome.
that's not too much because, like I was telling Amber, I'm rarely in the RV all the time. Like
Yeah.
I have my work
The
or whatever,
T-Mobile.
and then I travel, and
It'll
then my
work.
family is always entertaining doing stuff. So I'm never like sitting in the RV all day to need Wi-Fi like that.
Right.
Yeah,
So yeah, just see
T-Mobile
some.
would definitely.
and what
T-Mobile
we
would
pay
definitely.
40, 50 a month. It's not high, and it's unlimited. It's really good.
RV Awesome said, as far as your question goes, RV life is not cheaper. I mean, for some people it might not. For us, it definitely is, because we actually did do a side by side of our bills for the house that we still have versus now, and we save about $1,000 a month, and that's in
Yeah.
everything.
Now that I will say, maybe in comparison to buying and financing a newer camper, because I know for me personally, I buy from Facebook Marketplace and I renovate myself, so I own my camper.
Yeah,
Versus if you're financing, if you do get a newer camper like 2024 or whatever, I can see that equating the same as an
being a
apartment.
higher note.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's true, but I mean, if you think about it, for instance, um, I'll put some numbers out there. Our mortgage for our house is $1,600 a month. Okay,
Hmm.
my RV payment is nowhere near that. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Our RV
Yeah.
payment is a third of that.
yeah.
So,
People don't realize that's your mortgage payment. Then you still have your lights, water, gas. Then you still have all
Right.
All your other
your other
expenses.
stuff. And
RV
yeah,
life,
then
all that is
RV is
together.
way cheaper. So you look at paying
it
insurance
just,
on a
but
house.
it also depends on your taste too, because if you have like
Luxury.
a top of the line luxury RV, yeah, that might cost a lot more
They
versus
be expensive.
a lower line RV, or you might have a big huge beefy truck or a big huge
Right.
like class A or something like that. So yeah, but like I said, it all depends. For us, it is cheaper. It's not a blanket statement, but a lot of people like that definitely follow us and are a part of our group are either just getting into RV life or they're doing it and they're trying to like navigate it. And for us, it can be, yes, it
Yeah,
is.
it's
So
no
she
wrong
said,
way.
Yeah, I think it
so
just depends on lifestyle.
And
yeah,
then like
so
even
Your
RV
lifestyle.
parks. RV parks are not all that expensive, but if you want one of those, they got a
That's the
lazy
top
river
line.
and
that's
Resort
exactly
style.
what she was just saying.
you're
She
gonna
was
be
saying
spending
it's the
$1,200.
resorts and gas prices. So and in that case, the way you can kind of combat that is one, staying in RV parks longer. A lot of RV parks will offer monthly rates,
Long
so
Money.
it's a
term
little bit
monthly,
cheaper.
way cheaper.
Because
Um, gas
Airbnb
prices.
prices are
That's
expensive.
when you try to sit still a little longer, I guess. I mean, but I mean, if it's not feasible, it's not feasible. But I mean, there's ways to combat it. There's ways to, like, we've lived on the expensive side when we were just in Texas. I mean, our for our monthly was $7.95,
I
plus it was an
love
extra
that RV park. I'll say
$15.
that.
It
I
was
did
nice.
too, but it didn't have no.
When
They didn't.
I go visit my sister out there, I think that's where we gonna go. I like that one.
I
Yeah,
love
but only
that
them
one.
now. They don't have like an outdoor. They don't have like a bathroom or shower house on property. So it's your 100% yours. Like you got to use yours.
That's
That
I
what
was
haven't
we
the
use
visited
ours.
nobody's shower house
We
yet.
haven't used shower houses. I think we did one time when we had family come over.
They be
When I
nice
yeah,
too.
take
The ones out
take
here are
camping
really
is the only
nice,
time I
but
do that.
yeah,
I
but
just haven't got into that groove yet of like
yeah,
knowing that
but
it's
also
like you
too.
go to a restaurant, you know, everybody, you think about it,
Yeah.
you be like,
Oh,
damn,
stop!
everybody that ate off you too.
I try not to think about that.
So
We ask
so
for
just
passing
just
every time we get there.
so just to let you know, the that RV park was beautiful. We loved it. Now the thing that I had the biggest issue with there was the having no sense of community, because it was so fenced in. It was like living in a neighborhood. But they now I did see kids come outside and play, but since we didn't have any kids, of course we weren't out there, doing that. So it wasn't a lot of. I mean, you could walk, but you're walking. There was like no trails. There was no walk, no hiking, no walking. You had to walk on the path where vehicles were.
Mhm.
But I will say that we pay $7.95 a month. Hey, Megawatt, plus $15 extra a person, because they only include two adults and two children. And any adults more than that, then you pay an extra $15. So that was what, eight something, plus
It's
electricity.
three, one, two. Yeah, see, I'm mad about it, y'all. We messed up our times. I think some people was looking for me on live because
They
it's now
actually
1 o'clock over here.
they message and acting like, hey, well, y'all still going live?
I'm gonna tell them next time.
Dang, I
Yeah,
wish I
it's
knew
okay.
that when I made
I
the
saw y'all in
flyer.
the message and I was like, wait, it's not 1 o'clock yet. Then he said, y'all might be on different times. I was like,
And
I
I
need
tried to
to.
remember to put that in the chat when I sent the message. Hey, we're going live this Saturday, 1 p.m. EST.
uh-huh.
Yeah,
I probably
because
should have
I don't think I
emphasized.
put that on the flyer either. I think I just put 1
Uh-uh.
p.m.
Oh
I
God.
would have missed the whole live.
It's okay.
Dang.
It's okay. Like it's look, we're just getting back in the groove of it. Maybe not every week, but every 2 weeks we should definitely do a live and catch up, because it's been over a month.
Yes,
So
it have.
it's been
And
a
we
And
long
been having
time.
everybody has stuff
questions.
going on. I mean, y'all was moving and vacation. We
Mhm.
moved for our first time. She got a new rig. Like it's been like
It's been a lot. Cece's been
everybody
traveling for work.
exactly.
Always. I
Everybody
leave tomorrow again.
Oh
So
wow. That- But
it's
yeah,
fine.
so like, but back to the point of what she was saying before we get off of here. RV life is truly what, like, it can be expensive, it can be cheaper. For us, it's definitely cheaper. We also found a way to make it cheaper too for those that are out there work camping. We get paid for every hour worked, and we get our site included. So if I'm going to work, I mean, I'm here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're saving on gas, because we literally go 3, 4, 5 days without driving the
Hmm.
truck. This camp store that I work at, when I tell you, we get so many compliments because it has a mixture of everything. It's almost like a
I love a
miniature
good camp store.
Walmart. Yes, they have. I mean, when I tell you the RV selection of stuff, like they have pretty much a good selection of RV things. I've never seen that in a camp store. And they have some, because the closest place to get food you actually have to leave out of the park is to go about 6 or 7 miles to the local grocery store. There's no Walmart in town. You have to go 20 miles down the road to Sheboygan to go to Walmart. Yeah, Sheboygan. Um, and that's pretty much, there's that, and there's one other food place, like one other grocery store, and that's it. So they have a little bit of selection of food. So when we go grocery shopping, we go grocery shopping, and we plan on not going anywhere.
Mhm.
only time
Yeah.
only time we go into town right now is to go check our mail, and maybe if we want to go like walk around and stuff downtown. But it's I would say work camping is definitely a way to
The
definitely
grocery
make
shopping
money.
part, I feel you because I miss HEB already.
Yeah.
Okay, so Megawatt said, I'm trying to figure out that cheaper part. Epic fail. Okay, so when I say
Have you seen his
cheaper,
rig? No.
I know, sir.
It's
Yeah,
bells and
you
whistles
live in a
everywhere.
mansion.
Wait, who we
You
talking?
you live in
Megawatt.
a
He's got
mansion.
all the
So
bells and whistles.
yes, he has enough to power his rig and mine. Okay,
And mine.
there you go.
But you know what? Some people that do have those nice rigs and do that, they are going to have more expensive stuff now. But when they get down to those notes, when they like finally to pay it off, or
Yeah,
that's done, it's like okay, now they can reap what they valued in and putting their money into, and then it's going to be extremely cheaper. Like okay, I'm really running off of solar. I
yeah.
got my nice rig. I got X, Y, and Z paid off. Now they're going to get to see it. So right now it's just a little bit more expensive now.
Yeah, and the thing too is like also like Cece said, she has her rig is paid for. Ours isn't, but our truck is paid for. Like you got to figure out like
That's two,
the
yeah.
what is going out versus coming in
Exactly.
and all that type of stuff. So
That's a good point because right now we debating on trying to find a nice cash truck, or is we gonna have to go pay a note. So
Yeah,
that's
so and
something
that's
that
the
And
we
then
and
thing.
we trying
getting
to
the
put it
things
in
that
budget,
you
like you
need.
said, budget.
yeah,
Yeah, and
Yes,
like even though we still talking about $20,000 cash, it's still value beating paying $1,200 extra a month for a new
yes.
truck.
And
Like
that's what we were looking at. We were like, we rather just not have to pay a truck note.
we haven't
And
had a vehicle note in about 5 years, so it's like
there
we
you
didn't
go. And when you
get that.
start paying it, you're
And
like,
You're like,
oh,
yeah.
I
So
don't want that
that's
no
we in
more.
the
things,
lookout.
but I
We in the
needed the
lookout
truck.
chat. If anybody see trucks out
Yeah,
there, let us
three
know.
Yeah.
quarter ton, 1 ton, either way. But
yes,
we
yes,
And
we
then
definitely
getting
definitely
what
need.
you need for your truck, because I got my truck when I before I like moved in full time for Esther. So with Deborah, I need airbags on my truck, but I pulled
yep.
it for the first time. Like, so my dad pulled it when I first bought it because I didn't have my sway bars or anything like that on my truck. I didn't feel comfortable doing that. So he pulled it the first time. So when I came to this site, I pulled it. Didn't have my airbags put on yet, but it pulled nice.
Did you already get
I
airbags?
did bounce a little bit, but I'm like, Gracie did her thing. We got all the way
Hey,
here,
now
and I was in two. I didn't have to put it in 4-wheel drive. Gracie said, "I got this. Don't
There
worry
you
about
go.
it."
Did you
good.
already
But
get an
still need to put
airbag?
those airbags on.
Not yet. She said she got to put them on.
There is
Yeah.
a cheaper route. We'll get with you outside of chat. There's a cheaper route for you to put airbags on. I did it on my truck that I have now for our travel trailer, and I'll show you a picture of before and after. And I'm talking about maybe $50, like way cheaper, like
Yeah, I
to
mean,
for the
well, the
airbag.
airbags are already bought. I just gotta get somebody to
Oh,
put them
okay, so
Get
you
them
on.
already
put them
got
on.
it. Got it.
So
Yeah, they were
Megawatt
already
said
bought.
it would be less expensive if he was mechanical and had tools. Annual maintenance at truck shop was 2K. You are pushing. You have a diesel pusher, sir. That's why
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, a Super C is my dream RV. If I
Mhm.
win the lottery, that's really what I want because especially being a former semi. But when I as a sim as an owner operator as a semi operator, I understand the cost of that, sir, and I'm with you, sir. I understand $400 for an oil change, but took me out.
Ooh.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I'm like, I don't want to get a diesel truck, even though it's nowhere near as expensive in a regular pickup truck than it is in a semi. But maintenance for a diesel anything is always going to be a little
I
bit
do want
more.
a diesel truck, though. I'm not gonna lie.
That does have its
My
own
buddy,
set. Now that will see, we have a gas truck, so we don't have the same cost as it is for a diesel. Like diesel, yes, you can go longer in between maintenance and stuff like
Mhm.
that, but you do have other things like some diesel trucks have DEF systems. Look now, change up.
That's better. That's better.
I'm gonna switch it up.
but but yeah, so it really, like I said, it just depends on your taste and also like what your needs are. And like some people like, oh, I gotta have the newest, biggest, best truck. And actually, there was a close friend of mine that is exactly like that. She has to have not a truck necessarily, but like the newest, best SUV out there. Like she wants like the top of the line. And if that's what it is, then just know it might not be cheaper for you. But for
Yeah, I
me, like,
def I love a good truck, and I
there you
I
go.
definitely want a
But
nice
like,
one. Is somebody up here RV time or something like that? He has a 450.
yeah,
yeah,
now they're
That's
nice.
a
I will
nice
say
truck.
because the park I'm at now, they have a 450 dump truck. I'm like,
we
this is
want to get
nice.
a we want to get a diesel. Like I said, I don't
Who
know.
is we?
Uh,
You need a
Yeah,
diesel,
Hey,
ma'am.
I'm
it
You
gonna
don't
need
get
matter.
that
you.
It don't
diesel.
matter. She don't
You
got no
need
I'm
a
not
control.
diesel.
driving.
She
Roland
ain't got no
Cole on
control
all
over
the
that one.
Teslas. No, I'm joking.
I'm playing. I'm gonna help
But
drive.
no, like
No,
I go see Mama make a
um,
video when I drive too.
Hey,
Professor
truck
X
girl.
said no mercy gets it done. And it's a gasser. I don't know
So
what that
yeah,
is.
so me, my mom, my dad. His says no mercy. My mom is Mercy, and I'm Grace.
Well,
Yeah, we have a gas Titan XD, and it's it's crazy. Posted a video on 350 items to expect folks who say they're doing it themselves get side eye. Yeah, they're not doing 300. Megawatt posted about his inspection. It is crazy to inspect a diesel vehicle, and even just doing my annual inspection on the cab of that, I had to memorize 75 things alone just to pass inspection. So I can imagine on something like that. So
Ah,
oh,
I
wow.
mean, but like I said, it really just depends. Like we don't necessarily want necessarily have to have a top of the line. We could have gone used. We could have done like CC did and fixed up the RV. We're just not in a place where we could do that. So we just decided to get what works best for us. You know what I mean? So for us and for majority of the people that I do know, RV life is a lot cheaper. And we could say that coming from
yep.
a house that we still pay for. Luckily, we have tenants that cover that gap. Because if we didn't have tenants, that's still extra $1,600 that we will be paying for. We don't pay anything extra or anything like that. Like when we lived in the house, we had our house note, we like you said the utilities, so that's internet, gas, electric, um trash, what else am I missing? I feel like I'm missing water, you know what I mean? Then we had HOA fees, um
Oh, I can't
Oof.
stand
then you
HOA.
got property taxes and all
Mm-mm.
that stuff. Luckily my husband doesn't have to pay property taxes anymore because he's 100% disabled, thank you Jesus. But
Yes. Thank you for your service.
yeah, he's at work right now, but I'll tell him for sure. But it can be truly 100% more expensive. It could be the same, or it could be on the cheaper side. Like I said, when we were in Texas, it was more expensive for us in a sense because I'm having to drive 30 miles to work each way. So that's gas, and then just on top of that we're paying for electricity, so that was like an extra. And it crazy because electric was more expensive in this thing every month than it was in our house. Our electric bill never got over like $95. And
Mm.
for at the
That's
that's
park.
that
usually
Texas.
in
That's that
Texas.
Texas heat.
That's what it is.
But we lived in
Yeah.
our house is in Florida.
Oh shit.
So yeah,
Yeah.
our house is in Florida.
I
Nah,
don't
I
So
know.
can't help you
Texas be
there. I don't know
messing up
why
on their
that's
light
stupid.
bills too. Sometimes you be having to call them for real.
yeah, and I mean our light bill didn't get too super expensive, but it was like 115. And when it got in the winter, actually it got worse. It was like 140 or 150 was like the highest it got, or 160 I think. But the fact is that like you have more things to pay for in a house versus when you do
Yes, a
RV
lot
life.
more things, and I agree
So
with that. Especially if it's your house, if you own it, you don't have a, you don't, you're not renting it through rent a, what is it? You're not renting it through like the people.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah, and you know how they come in and they do your maintenance for you.
Like a
No,
yeah.
when you
realtor.
own
A
your home, you
realtor.
got
Mm.
to do your own maintenance. So yeah, it's
Yep.
way more for.
I
And
mean, but
I
Grant, don't
was
get me
that little
wrong.
poor with two little boys that still need one. I ain't gonna say we don't need diapers on milk no more, but still need. He's two. He's still a
Yeah,
baby, so we got that. They still need clothes. They grow every damn day. My bad for cussing y'all, but they
no, you're
grow
fine.
every day. We about to
Yeah,
go to the store right now. They need new shoes, and I swear to God, I just bought shoes. They need
yeah,
new shorts. I swear to God, I just bought shorts. So it's
yeah,
like it's still the same because it's your house. Your RV is still your house, but I feel like our expenses
Okay.
went way
Wait a
down.
minute.
That's how I
yeah.
feel.
I do
Even on
too.
our groceries, because we got limited space up in here, so we got to get what we can and feed off of that until
Instead
it's
of
time to go.
overbuying, with a house you overbuy.
I feel like you
Yes,
do because you got a freezer, refrigerator. I
Yeah,
don't
we
yeah.
know if
had two
everybody
deep
call it
And then you
freezers.
wanna
refrigerator.
decorate. People are coming over. Oh, I want to do this. I want to
You
decorate.
can buy
I
more
haven't
stuff.
bought outside of my daughter turning 21 because it was her special birthday on New Year's Eve. We have not bought a single decoration for any holiday extra of what we already had. You know what I mean? If I was at home, of course every Christmas you got to go buy the newest
Something
Christmas
new.
decorations. You got to go, go all out for 4th of July. No, we good. We just got what we got, and we good. You know what I mean? Stay away from the.
I will say I got a little tabletop tree
Hey, we
that
did
I could throw
too.
away for Christmas.
We
I
did
still
too.
got my regular tree, but I
And if
don't know
I
where
do
I'm gonna
buy
put it up in
decorations,
here.
it's
Is it
usually
gonna fit?
like plates
No,
and
we got
stuff.
to take the tree that the extra small one, because the one that we
We're gonna have to
had,
go
that
buy
damn
one. Then our
10-foot
tree
tree
not gonna fit.
wouldn't fit
Then
in here. And it won't
our
fit in
tree's
here.
still in Texas, so we probably gonna have to buy a new one anyway. I don't know what
There
we're
you
gonna do.
go.
We're gonna be heading back, or we're gonna renew
We ain't
contracts, or
heading
what?
back. I don't want to go back there.
Ooh, head back.
Not heading back, but
Look,
Yeah.
Kelsey looking for me to be on live. Oh wait, no.
Oh, were you supposed to do something?
oh, well,
I'm gonna
no,
have to get off here anyway. But This has been a fun live and us catching up.
She talk about my live. She's trying to look for me. My little niece like watching our lives, y'all. She was supposed to come down here with us, but she ended up getting sick right now. So we're trying to figure out what's going on with her health. And I didn't want to take her yet, but
once we get her health situated, we're gonna take her. We're not scared to take care of somebody that's sick, but we just gotta get her medication under control first.
Okay. Well, it's been fun catching up with you guys. No more. We're not going too much. I mean, a month without having any type of live. We're going to
talk about it right now. Right now.
We'll figure out what days work best for everybody. My days off are Tuesday, Wednesday, but I don't have a set schedule. But like I know my schedule every Wednesday, so I can say like if it would work.
We actually work every Wednesday.
Yeah, I think we do like
the
Tuesdays,
next 3 months. We work every.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's why I said we can do if we have to do it like a live every other week instead of every week, or we could do a live like if we have to do it once a month, but it just be on there for a longer period of time. But definitely, thank you, Megawatt, for the support. Appreciate it. But yeah, so I feel like if we can get a date and time, but we'll definitely do more chat about it in our group text. But thank you very much for everybody for joining us. Hi.
Hi. I'm one live. Yeah. Their camper is like right over there. And then my
y'all all got each other. That's so nice.
Yeah, and then my aunt and uncle, the ones that are full time now, they're across the street.
That's nice though. See, I want to do stuff.
Our dad and his mom
all
come
the food is in my camper, so she getting the food.
They coming over there to eat.
Well, I'll talk to y'all later. I'm gonna end the live. If y'all could just stay on for just a moment. All right, thank y'all for joining us. I'll see y'all next.